While California sleeps, its industrial backbone is being quietly dismantled. My name is Elizabeth Davis, and this is the Elizabeth Davis Channel. Before we dive into what is happening across California right now, I need you to do something. Hit that subscribe button, click the like button, drop a comment below telling me if this is happening in your area, and share this video with anyone who needs to understand what is coming. This is the only official channel. Many people are copying my content, my face, my style, but this is the original source. Now let me show you something disturbing. The owner of the Salinas Coca-Cola distribution site confirmed on Monday that 81 jobs at the plant are in jeopardy when the facility closes this summer. Workers have grown used to seeing trucks rolling in and out every single day. They went about their business like this plant would be there forever. It had been there for 70 years. Roughly a dozen employees were told they may have to look for other opportunities. But here is where this story gets strange. Coca-Cola is requesting $500 million to build the first new production facility in California in 60 years. At the exact same time, they are shutting down 4 California facilities and firing 379 workers. How does that make any sense? Let me walk you through what actually happened. On June 30th, 2025, Coca-Cola closed its American Canyon plant in Napa County. 135 employees lost their jobs overnight. The 350,000 square foot facility that produced Powerade, Minute Maid, Vitamin Water, and Gold Peak tea went completely dark. 1 month later, the Salinas warehouse closed. 81 jobs eliminated. That facility had been operating since 1955. Then Modesto closed. 101 jobs gone. Then Montebello shut down. 62 more workers out, 4 facilities, 379 California workers, all within less than a year. Here is where it gets interesting. A Coca-Cola spokesperson said they did not make this decision lightly. They just happened to make it 4 times in a row in the same state while spending $500 million on a new facility 60 miles away. Something does not add up here. What I am about to show you is not just about Coca-Cola. This is a complete restructuring of how beverages get made and distributed in the largest state in America. And California workers are paying the price. The American Canyon plant opened in 1994. Coca-Cola purchased it in December 2002. For over 20 years, that single facility produced drinks for millions of Californians. Then in August 2021, Coca-Cola announced they were closing it as part of their asset-right strategy. That sounds very corporate. Let me translate what that actually means. Asset-right means Coca-Cola wants to own brands, not factories. They want to tell other companies what to make, slap their label on it, and let someone else deal with the headaches of actually running a manufacturing plant. This is not just happening in California. Coca-Cola eliminated 2,200 jobs worldwide as part of this restructuring. They discontinued 200 brands, including Odwalla and Tab. The company's operating margin now sits around 30%. Free cash flow hit $10 billion. This is a deliberate global strategy. California just happens to be feeling it harder than anywhere else in America. The question is why? Why is California getting hit so much harder than other states? The answer comes down to numbers that most people never see. Here is where the numbers become impossible to ignore. California's industrial electricity rate is 21.6 cents per kilowatt hour. The national average is 7.6 cents per kilowatt hour. That means California manufacturers pay 184% more for electricity than the rest of the country, nearly triple the cost. Running a beverage plant requires enormous amounts of energy. Refrigeration units running constantly, bottling lines operating around the clock, packaging equipment never stopping, distribution centers cooling products 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now multiply all of that energy consumption by 184%. That is not a rounding error on a spreadsheet. That is a business model problem. When your competitors in other states are paying 1/3 of what you pay just to keep the lights on, you are starting every single day at a massive disadvantage. If you want to understand how California ended up in this situation, make sure you are subscribed because we are just getting started. Electricity is just the beginning of California's cost crisis. There are layers to this that go much deeper. California's minimum wage hit $16.90 per hour in January 2026. The federal minimum wage is still $7.25. That is a 133% premium just to hire someone in California compared to other states. Workers' compensation insurance in California runs 178% higher than the national median, about $62 per month per employee compared to $45 elsewhere. California's corporate income tax sits at 8.84%. That is the 8th highest rate in the entire nation. But here is the cost most people never hear about. California taxes manufacturing equipment at over 10%. Meanwhile, 38 other states exempt those purchases entirely. So if you want to buy a new $10 million bottling line for your California facility, the state charges you an extra $1 million just for having the audacity to manufacture products here. Chief Executive Magazine has ranked California dead last, number 50 out of 50 states for business climate, not for 1 year, for over a decade straight. That is not a political statement. That is a measurable fact that companies use when deciding where to build and where to close. Now, here is what makes the Coca-Cola story truly fascinating. While they are closing 4 facilities and cutting 379 jobs, Reyes Coca-Cola Bottling just announced a $500 million investment in Rancho Cucamonga. This will be the first new Coca-Cola production facility built in California in nearly 60 years. They're taking an existing 125,000 square foot distribution center that was built in 1984 and transforming it into a 620,000 square foot state-of-the-art campus. Full production capabilities, electric vehicle charging stations, a visitor tour gallery, drought-resistant landscaping, everything designed for maximum efficiency. So let me make sure you understand what is happening here. Coca-Cola is not leaving California. They are consolidating California. 4 older facilities with 379 workers are being replaced by one massive facility that will require far fewer employees to produce the same amount of product. The math is simple. Fewer buildings, fewer workers, same output, higher profits. That is the future of California manufacturing, whether anyone wants to admit it or not. Let me tell you about the Salinas closure specifically, because this one carries a different weight. Coca-Cola had been operating in Salinas for 70 years, since 1955. That is longer than most people watching this video have been alive. The facility on Vandenberg Street near Salinas Airport employed 81 people. Many of them had worked there for decades, their entire careers spent in that building. Stephen Dionio worked at that plant for 18 years. When a reporter asked him about the closure, he said this: "We have got to keep ourselves positive. It has been a good run over here, so I have been happy. Time to move on." The company announced the closure on a Friday afternoon. That is classic corporate strategy. Drop the bad news when nobody is paying attention and let the weekend absorb the initial reaction. Salinas Mayor Dennis Donahue gave a realistic response. He told reporters we would have preferred San Jose consolidated into Salinas, but that is not the way it works. If there is a way to turn lemons into lemonade, we are going to go down that road. That is local government speak for we got blindsided and there is absolutely nothing we can do about it. Have you seen a store close or a factory shut down in your area? Let me know in the comments what is happening where you live. In October 2017, Coca-Cola sold its entire California and Nevada bottling territories to Reyes as part of a massive refranchising initiative. Essentially, Coca-Cola handed the entire state of California to Reyes, while Coca-Cola focused exclusively on producing the syrup concentrate. Reyes now controls 17.5% of all United States Coca-Cola bottle and can volume. That makes them the second largest Coca-Cola bottler in the entire country. They are the ones making the consolidation decisions now. Close Salinas, close Modesto, close Montebello, build one giant facility in Rancho Cucamonga. Different facilities, same strategic approach, far fewer workers required. If this investigation is opening your eyes to what is really happening, hit the like button and share this video with someone in California who needs to see this. The consolidation strategy makes financial sense for the company. But there is another factor that changed everything about how Californians consume beverages. And it started at the local government level. Berkeley became the first city in America to pass a soda tax in 2014. The result, after 3 years, was a 52% reduction in sugary drink consumption and a 29% increase in water consumption. Oakland followed with their own tax in 2017. The result was a 26.8% reduction in purchases. Sports drinks specifically dropped 42.4%. San Francisco passed their soda tax in 2018. Albany added one too. Santa Cruz passed one in November 2024. University of California, Berkeley researchers found a 33% decrease in sugary drink purchases across 5 major U.S. cities with beverage taxes. But here is the part that should terrify any beverage company. There was also a 28% decline in the social acceptability of drinking sugary beverages. People stopped buying soda and they stopped wanting to be seen buying soda. For a company that sells sugar water, that is an existential threat. The beverage industry successfully lobbied to ban new local soda taxes in California until 2031. Existing taxes are grandfathered in, but no new cities can add them. Still, the damage was already done. Consumption habits changed, and they are not changing back. Coca-Cola has been part of California for 130 years. The company established its Los Angeles syrup manufacturing plant as one of the first 3 facilities ever built outside of Atlanta. The other 2 were Dallas and Chicago. In 1939, they built the iconic Los Angeles bottling plant at 1334 South Central Avenue. It was designed in streamlined modern ship style with portholes and catwalks. It looks like an ocean liner crashed into downtown Los Angeles. That building became Los Angeles Historic Cultural Monument number 138 in 1975. It is a recognized landmark, a piece of California history. During World War II, Coca-Cola President Robert Woodruff ordered that every American serviceman could get a Coke for 5 cents no matter where they were stationed in the world. They built bottling plants near military bases across California, including Camp Pendleton. Coca-Cola did not just sell drinks in California. They became woven into the fabric of California identity. Now they are consolidating everything into one mega facility and outsourcing production to companies most Californians have never even heard of. 130 years of history reduced to a corporate efficiency calculation on a spreadsheet. Here is what is coming next. CEO James Quincy is transitioning to executive chairman in March 2026. Enrique Brown becomes the new CEO. This leadership transition is setting the stage for a renewed push toward automation and an even sharper focus on operational efficiency. The company is projecting 5 to 6% organic revenue growth in 2025. They expect 8 to 10% earnings per share growth. Meanwhile, Reyes Coca-Cola still operates 27 facilities across California, employing 5,500 people even after these foreclosures. So this is not the end of the story. There will be more consolidation coming, more efficiency initiatives, more asset right strategies. The $500 million Rancho Cucamonga facility opens in summer 2026. It will be state-of-the-art and highly automated, requiring far fewer workers than the 4 plants it is replacing combined. That is the future of California manufacturing. Fewer facilities, fewer workers, more robots, more automation, more efficiency, higher profit margins. And it is not just the beverage industry. This pattern is repeating itself across multiple sectors of California's economy right now. California lost 48 craft breweries in 2024. Only 26 opened. That is the first time since 2005 that more breweries closed than opened nationally. San Diego County, which brands itself as America's craft beer capital, saw 7 closures in North County alone. 5 of those breweries had been operating for more than a decade. Blue Triton Brands, formerly Nestle Waters, lost their legal right to water they had been extracting for over 100 years under the Arrowhead brand name. A cease and desist order forced them to halt most extractions by November 2023. The beverage industry in California is being squeezed from every direction simultaneously. Energy costs, labor costs, taxes, regulations, changing consumer habits, legal challenges over water rights. Some companies are adapting by building mega facilities, automating processes, and consolidating operations. Others are leaving the state entirely. Here's the thing. This is not unique to beverages. Tesla moved its headquarters to Texas in 2021, but kept its engineering and design teams in California. Oracle left for Texas. Hewlett-Packard Enterprise moved to Houston. Charles Schwab relocated to Dallas. The pattern is unmistakable. 379 jobs. That is the number we are talking about here. Not huge by California standards. Not headline grabbing like a tech industry layoff, But those are 379 people who woke up one day with careers and went to bed that night with severance packages. 379 families trying to figure out what comes next. Some workers were offered transfers, San Jose instead of Salinas, an hour-plus commute instead of a 15-minute drive. Others got nothing except a thank you for your service and a reminder that the company did not make this decision lightly. Meanwhile, Coca-Cola's stock price holds steady. The dividends keep flowing to shareholders, and somewhere in Rancho Cucamonga, construction crews are building the future of California beverages, a future with far more robots and far fewer workers. The real cost is not just 379 jobs, it is the uncertainty. When a company that has been part of California for 130 years restructures like this, it raises a question nobody wants to answer. Who is next? What is the biggest company closure you have seen in your community? Share your story in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button for Elizabeth Davis if you want to keep following what is happening to California's economy. This is just the beginning.